good day. You're welcome to your very interesting program, Insurance Matters, brought to you by Protection Ltd by Guarantee, an NGO that has been set up for the development of the insurance sector in Nigeria. And so we have this program where we bring to you key insurance issues. We come alongside interesting guests who help us to dissect these issues and explain to you how insurance works and how you can benefit from it. My name is Adeyeye and I will be your host today. And today, as usual, we'll be discussing on a very, very important topic, the one that affects every single person that has anything to do with insurance. And we're talking about the practical effects of insurance in Nigeria. We're particularly talking about how insurance affects your finances and the economy of this country. We have been doing it for a while, and we felt, based on popular demand, that we should go deeper into this particular topic. And today we have someone who is no stranger to the insurance sector, and he's a person who has years of experience, a broker, and he's going to be helping us to dissect this topic today. I'm talking about Mr. Bosun Adeyeye. You're welcome, sir, to the program.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. And so, sir, we were talking about the practical effects of insurance to every single Nigerian. Insurance, we always say on this program that the penetration level of insurance in this country is abysmally low. We're talking about less than 2% of our population having any form of insurance cover at all. And I want to ask you this before we start. What do you think is the problem first? Why are we having that kind of amount of, that kind of low penetration?
Let me start by saying the problem is multidimensional. One of those things I learned early as a young professional in this industry was that when I came into the industry, you heard people telling you gory stories about their experiences. And when you further probe into those experiences, you discover that they never had any personal experience. But they heard from either an uncle, an auntie, somebody far away from them, telling them stories of how bad experience they had with insurance in the country.
Yes.
And because of that, right there, while growing up, they have this impression that insurance does not work in Nigeria. Even without personal experience, they have that impression already. Beyond that, I think there is a lot of issues around the practitioners themselves. Because when you look at it, one of those things I've seen over the years is that there is a lot of unhealthy competition. Because we have not grown to a level where we suddenly see the cost we are placing on insurance as what we see today. For example, an average motor insurance, comprehensive motor insurance, is going for as low as 2%. And when you aggregate it at the end of the year, you discover that there is virtually no insurance company in Nigeria that is making profit on that portfolio. The reason being that we are undercutting one another. I don't know whether you get me. So, all in the name of trying to outsmart the other person, we are undercutting. And somebody will be quick to tell you that in Europe and America, you get this for maybe 50 cents or 1%. But you have forgotten that in America, they are compelled to do this. And by the time they aggregate their premium together, they make a whole lot of money. But in Nigeria here, by the time you look at what an average company is realizing on that motor portfolio, they are not making profit. By the time you pay claims, and that's why people will say they are not paying claims. And I beg to differ. People pay claims today at the expense of the profit they're supposed to make. Because if the right thing is done, you will make more money, because insurance is not a Father Christmas organization. It's not a charity. They are how to do business and to make profit. But when the proper thing is not done, there is no way you will not be running at a loss. I think that is one of those things. Because of time, I have so many other factors that are responsible for a lack of information, lack of everybody. When I say everybody, I'm talking about every stakeholder to take it upon him or herself, organizations, to preach this gospel of insurance. And government is not left out. Possibly government is also not doing as much as they're supposed to do. Thank you.
So you're saying the problem is wide.
Wide.
And a lot of actors have to do better
than what they are doing
yes.
as of now.
Okay, now, so let's go now to the topic proper,
okay.
The practical impact. How do you think that Nigerians can really feel the impact of insurance economically? Well, what do you think they can benefit? What do they stand to benefit from insurance economically?
It's a popular maxim that insurance is the only profession or vocation that exists for the rest, for the other professions. And what do I mean? Even this your studio, I can see gadgets here and there. If I ask you now, do you have insurance here? The answer may be no. Every business, whether it's a small, medium, you're supposed to have. Because every of the business that is set out, there is a research that says most of our businesses in Nigeria go to the oblivion within 2 years. What are those factors that are responsible for them? Were there any deliberate plans, either by government or by those who own those businesses, to protect them? Because those challenges will come, and when they come, how would they be able to surmount those challenges? Insurance stands as one of those factors that can help you. What is insurance in the first place? Insurance has to do with those deliberate plans you put in place to either mitigate or make sure that you don't even feel the heat when those unforeseen contingencies or unforeseen happenings take place. How are you able to still maintain the position you were before you suffer the loss? That's what insurance is all about. But when you now live life as if life is without risk, or if the risk happens, it does not matter. I've seen over time, and I began to think about it. I've even spoken with a number of stakeholders. Why is it every time, the latest was Akpongban fire incident in Lagos.
Yes.
And each time you listen to the victims, they cry to governments, come to our aid, come and do this for us. Because every time fire takes place, it burns our economy. It burns our economy. It's not an people look at it from individual. Oh, somebody lost 100 million, somebody lost 200 million. But if you aggregate it, it's our Nigerian money that we are losing. But if you put plans in place in such a way that one we can, insurance is all about, it's not just about paying claims. Insurance starts from things you can do to prevent those risks to even come to play in the first place. That's why when you want to insure a property, one of those things you go and do, you do inspection. Are there things in the building that can prevent or mitigate the level of damage if it eventuates? There is something we call severity of the occurrence. Yes. There is something we call frequency of the occurrence. So if those things are put in place, it will reduce the level of damage. For example, a house that has fire extinguisher. When the fire takes place, somebody can use that to quench the fire. The level of damage will be minimal compared to a house that is without such. So if you look at it by and large, the economy gains a lot from insurance than if we just take it as if it's no man's business. Because the way I see insurance today in Nigeria, every stakeholder, including the practitioners, we are not doing enough. There is much insurance can do to any economy that we have not realized. That's the way I will put it. Nigeria has not realized what insurance can do to our economy. Because if you just look at it from this, if we have just about 50 million Nigerians who have one form of car or the other, and they do only third-party insurance, do you know how much government will realize from this? I don't want to say this, but I'll be forced to say it. You know, when I came to Abuja, one of those encounters I had was with FIO. You want to insure for people, and especially those taxi owners in Wuse market. They tell you that if they do insurance with professionals, the FIO will tell you on the road that it is fake. So after a lot of persistent meetings with them, they even called for a meeting on the Saturday morning. I was with them. So the chairman now said, okay, he gave an instruction, deal with this young man. So I began to do for 1, 2, 3 of them. And truly, within 1 week, one of them was accosted on the road. And the guy, because I've told them, anyone that asks you to stop or asking you questions concerning this, let me know. And the guy called me. I said, wherever you are, please stay there. I'm coming to meet with this FIO. When they saw that truly this guy was coming, they fled. But the issue remains that the money that Nigerians are spending on motor third party, how much of it reaches the bottom line of an insurance company in Nigeria?
But that statement you just made about the VIO, we have actually had the PRO of VIO in Abuja here on the show.
Yes.
And he has said that VIO doesn't give insurance.
They don't.
It's the insurance company.
They don't. They are, so it boils down to unethical practices on the side of some of practitioners. And again, I can also say there has been an infiltration. Because a number of those people who were there was a time where Nikon was doing raiding themselves. And discovered that there are a lot of fake certificates out there that are not issued by the insurance companies, but they were issued by touts. So that's why I said it will require a concerted effort from stakeholders, call it practitioners, call it regulator, call it people like you who have passion to get insurance to a level that is enviable in Nigeria so that we can contribute our required quota to the economy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so your last statement brings me to my next question. Now, insurance in the economy, in the grand scheme of the Nigerian economy, you see that the contribution of the insurance sector, I think, is maybe less than 1% or 2%.
Less than 2%.
Less than 2%. Now, an insurance is a sector that we know can do better. Some people call it a sleeping giant in the Nigerian economy.
Yes.
But you see the banking sector, they have put in reforms, and now the banking sector is doing very, very well. So what do you think the insurance sector should do to be able to attain that same performance of the banking sector, if not do better?
Okay, I think, like I said earlier, every stakeholder will have a role to play. For those who have been playing roles before, they will have to step up their games. The first one will be the practitioners themselves. Today, like I told you before this studio time, a lot is happening in the insurance industry that people don't know about. Those wrong, erroneous impressions of the past, effort should be made consciously by insurance companies to change them, to correct them. People have issues today and they contact their insurance companies and they pay their claims within 24 hours. It's not, I'm not talking about another country, I'm talking about Nigeria.
I don't know how true.
We have Nigerian, I can't come on national, I think this is national television.
Yes.
I can't come on national television and be lying.
Okay,
but I'm saying there are companies today in Nigeria.
I'm going to open the phone lines. Our phone number will be on the screen right now so that people can give us their own opinion and their own experiences. Now, the phone lines are on the screen. Okay, it's up. Now, call on that our number there and tell us your experience with insurance settlements, claim settlements. As the insurance company's been paying claims, call us if you have any opinion on that. So that's our phone number over there.
So there is need for insurance company to blow their own trumpet. Because if you wait for other people to blow your trumpet, that trumpet may never be heard. So they should populate. I think most of them have websites.
Our phone lines are already buzzing. Let me pick this call to see. Hello, your name and where you're calling from? Hello, your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, I'm Ruby by name.
Okay, Robbie, go ahead. Go ahead with your question or contribution. Oh, we lost that caller. Okay, go on.
So there is need for people to understand that claim settlement is on improved scale now in Nigeria, because no insurance company or broker will want to pay fine, all in the name of not paying
Sorry for
claims.
cutting you short. Hello, your name and where you're calling from? Oh, go ahead, sir.
So most companies today, because if NICOM hears that somebody has a genuine claim and you are not paying, except that person does not know his right. If you know your right and you have a broker, that's the essence of having a broker, to mediate between you and the insurance company where you have your policy. So if you have all that and you are not still being paid claims, something is wrong somewhere. Either your claim is not genuine, or you don't know what to do or how to go about it. But I tell you today, most companies in Nigeria that I know pay claims. The duration of payment may differ from company to company. And like I said, we have companies today in Nigeria who pay claims within 24, 48 hours, depending on the level of claim and the response of individual claimants. Because if you don't supply the required documents or things I need to know about your claim on time, there's no way I will process your claim. But if you meet your own minimum requirements within the reasonable time, you can be sure your claim will be settled promptly.
Okay, so you're saying that we have to focus on claims.
That's one.
Okay.
Two, government must start, they say charity begins at home. Government, that is the overall coordinator of the economy, must do everything possible to ensure that insurance is put.
Okay, so, hello, your name? Okay. Oh, I don't know why we keep missing this call.
The insurance is giving the needed support in the sense that if you look at Abuja today, Abuja alone, don't go to Lagos, don't go to another place, the number of public buildings in Abuja alone, if federal government will just do insurance on them, you know how much billions the insurance company will be making. But even the federal government itself is not doing much. Effort has been done over the years to make federal government to see why they should protect those buildings. You hear every time, oh, this building was on fire. Even National Assembly. Recently, maybe last year or so, there was a time that it was reported that part of it got at fire. But I can tell you for years now, National Assembly, to the best of my knowledge, because they will call for bid and will bid, and we didn't hear anything about the insurance. So if government is not leading by example that public buildings, public properties are to be insured, so how much more an ordinary citizen? So there is need for government to lead by example, to make citizens understand that there is a lot of gains from insuring things of value to you. If things are of value to government, let government protect it, so that an individual can take a cue from government and say, okay, if government can do this, as an individual, I'm expected to do. There is no car I use that I don't insure comprehensively. I don't need to spend. I was, some years back, I was pursuing one of the state accounts in the north, and somebody took me to a first lady of one of the states in the north. I was at their house in Asokoro, and while we were speaking on the Saturday afternoon, the woman told me that the state is not having so much, that the economy is bad, so they will not be able to do insurance. And I asked her, how much do you budget for procurement of vehicles and all that every year? We're talking about billions of naira. And we're asking you to use maybe less than 5% of that to protect those billions of naira. And you are telling me here that there is no money. So after my discussion with her that afternoon, she was convinced.
Okay, so, let's pick this call. Hello, your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Adeyeye.
Okay.
I'm into private practice here in Abuja.
Okay, Mr. Adeyeye, go ahead with your contribution.
Government is not really doing well in terms of insurances in the country.
Okay.
I want to ask, is there any other persons, whether private, government, or NGO, or individual, Who pays for more insurance other than the government? Secondly, when you say government is not doing fine, we know that in this country, whatever you want to get, you have to go through somebody. The people we go through are these governments. Are we not saying they are not doing fine when we go through them to get what we want in the insurance industry? Thank you.
Okay. So you had the question.
Yes.
Is government not doing enough? Is government not doing fine? Are we going to say that is there another organization or company that pays more into insurance than government?
I understand that question is probing. And I would say that, yes, I think the government is doing, it's not as if they are not doing anything, but they are not doing, that's why I said from the beginning. We have private organizations today that understand and appreciate the importance of insurance, and they don't joke with it. We have both from private organizations, from government, corporate organizations, agencies of government. There are even agencies of government that are very fantastic. They understand because of possibly the predisposition of their operations. NNPC recently just renewed their insurance policies. And a number of other companies, they do in government. But I'm saying there are still a lot to be done by the federal government and state governments in Nigeria. Apart from Lagos, maybe Rivers and a few, many state governments in Nigeria are not doing insurance. They are not doing at all. They don't have policies, except possibly those ones that are compulsory, like group life and some other things. But there are a number of other insurances that are required. How many state properties are properly insured, not underinsured, properly insured? So there is need for both government, like I said, individual stakeholder, and corporate organizations to step up their game. Because most of the time, what we do have indirect effect on the economy eventually. When a company that employs 50 people does not do the proper insurance, either to protect the lives of those employees or to protect the property of the company, if anything happens either to the employee or to the property, the economy suffers. And healthy population is the healthy economy.
I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
You're saying the government should do more, the corporate body
should do more.
But you agree with me when I say that the individuals,
yes,
individuals taking up insurance now,
yes,
can actually contribute more than what these corporate and government institutions
yes,
can bring in. If with the population that we have in this country, if individuals are taking up insurance, they will be able to contribute more. So why not we focus on how we can get individuals also to key into insurance? Instead of just focusing on corporate and government. And
me and you are seeing it from different perspectives. Beyond government insuring their own properties, they still hold the responsibility of asserting, what do you call it now, enforcement. Because, for example, we hear of market fires every time. What has government done to ensure that everybody that has a store or has a business in any market in Nigeria, particularly in Abuja here, you have Ultramodern market in Garki, yes, you have market in Jabi, Utako, you have market in Wuse market. How many of those people having their private capitals, using them to trade? How many of them protect those businesses by just minimum insurance requirements? Government can make such laws that for you to operate in our market or for you to do this kind of business, even for the informal sector, that you cannot really trace them by, you can ask them to do this little insurance, just like the same way you have them to produce the ticket of the market before they are allowed into that place. So there is little or something small that government can do to turn some of these things around. And when that starts from that level and people begin to say, okay, my business suffered this and this insurance people came for me, You may not be able to do much. You may not need to do much to let them now see, okay, I want to insure my own car. Oh, I want to do life insurance for my children. I want to do education protection plan and so many other things, because they can see it. They can see it working. They have practical personal experiences. So there is much government can do in the area of enforcement, and there is much all of us stakeholders can also do to sensitize the public.
Okay. Wow, that has been a very enlightening section, and we have been able to talk about how insurance can impact people economically, and what government and the corporations and individuals can do better for the sector in general to improve. And that's the much we can take on this program today. I want to say a big thank you to our host, Mr. Adeyeye, for helping us to dissect this topic. And I also want to say a big thank you to NICOM and NIA for sponsoring this program. And we're also available for more sponsorship. If you would like to place adverts on the program, you can reach us through our phone numbers. You can also, if you want us to feature your business, we're coming up with a new segment of this program where we'll be featuring businesses. If you want us to feature your business on this program, you can also reach us on that phone number. And till we'll come your way next week, my name remains Adeyeye Gere, and I say to you, be insured and be assured of help. Thank you very much.